Today we will be testing the Ichimoku Oscillator indicator. Before we do, if you have not watched the first videos on the channel and the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. You can find a link down below to sign up for TradingView. If you use that link, you'll save a little bit of money on your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. If you are interested in a full list of all the indicators and strategies that we have tested along with their win rates, you can sign up for our Patreon. And you will receive a full list of all the indicators and strategies that we have tested. You can find a link to our Patreon down below in the description. We also have a Patreon-only exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators, a list of winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the Ichimoku Oscillator indicator. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested a total of 105 different strategies, with 32 of them being winners. The best one so far was able to achieve an 84% win rate. That is the Academy of Forex indicator with the Z-score probability indicator. I will put a thumbnail of that video up on screen right now, and I will also link to it at the end of this video with that same thumbnail. That way you can go straight there and watch that video on the best strategy that we have tested so far. We've also tested a total of 989 indicators, with 416 of them being winners. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. So go back and watch those videos and see what you can get out of those winning indicators. Now keep in mind that we test most of these indicators and strategies on the Forex and crypto market, but they can be applied to just about any market and time frame universally. Okay, so today we are testing the Ichimoku Oscillator indicator. You can see it here on the bottom of the screen. And so the source video claims that this Ichimoku Oscillator can predict buy and sell entries before they happen. And so another change that we are going to make here real quick before we get started with the indicator is going to be the take profit and stop that we use to test the indicators. And so here recently we've been making a few changes, just trying to adapt the channel to the suggestions of the viewers. And I would say one of the biggest complaints had been the take profit and stop, how they were structured before. And I know it is a little bit of an odd way to structure the take profit and stop initially, but again, we were working off of a specific framework that we've kind of modified a little bit along the way. And so I think what we'll do is still use kind of the same concept of the ATR, but we are going to use the ATR stop loss finder right here. We are going to now have that on screen during the testing, and we're going to go into the settings and change the multiplier to 1. So basically we have an ATR of on 1 period, or one, I guess I shouldn't say 1 period because it's not 1 period, it's 14 length, but a multiplier of 1, so 1 ATR essentially. And so the lower band and the upper band both are at 1 ATR of the specific bar, and during our testing we will be doing a 1-to-1 risk reward to balance out that risk reward just a little bit better now going forward. So with that being said, let's turn our attention to the Ichimoku Oscillator down here at the bottom of the screen. And so the Ichimoku cloud system is a pretty popular trading system with a lot of really cool components and stuff to it. And basically it has been adapted into this oscillator, which is also equally, maybe even more cooler than the original. And so there are a lot of different components to this. If you are interested in learning more about the overall general workings of the indicator, just go ahead and go to the link down below and you can go to the indicator page and read all about it. We won't go into it just to keep this video rather short. What we are specifically looking for or paying attention to is going to be this main line running right here through the indicator, the oscillating line. Now, we did go in and make a slight modification to the visual side of this. So under the bullish CB color, we are going to change this one right here to purple. Before it was a light green, now we're going to change it to purple. On the bearish CB color, this first one, we are going to change that to blue. It was a lighter red. And it just allows those to stand out a little bit more and really make it obvious when we get that color shift that we will be looking for. So now the strategy itself is rather simple. When this main oscillating line here is below the 0 line, it is red and it is indicating that there is an overall short trend occurring in the market. When it's above the 0 line, green, that means that there is an overall trend, uptrend in the market. And so think of that as long-term or higher time frame. Then what we are looking for is going to be the pullbacks and continuations. And the pullbacks are noted by the shift in color of the line. And so when it's under the 0 line in red, it gives a blue coloration when there is a pullback. When it's above, it gives a purple coloration. Those are the changes that we made there that really allow it to stand out. So what we're looking for is when the line is above the 0 line, the oscillating line, it's green, then switches to the pullback color of purple, and then we get a continuation of it turning green, and that happens right here. It's kind of hard to see, but right here you can see that it switches back to green. You can see here this coordinate number right here is tracking the coloration of that oscillating line. Now, in addition to being green, we also want it to be pointing upwards or increase in its number from the purple pullback color, the last kind of purple anyways. So you can see here, if I hover over it, the purple color right now, the purple number is 40.11963. If I move forward, you can see now it's 40.6915. So that shows that it did increase and is pointing upwards. So at that point, we would then enter into a long position, again, right here on that candle, and we would be looking for a 1-to-1 risk reward. So our target is going to be right at that line there. That's our take profit target, and our stop is going to be down here right about there. That gives us a 1-to-1 risk reward. And so what we're going to do is just go ahead and play this forward here. You see we get a little bit of a pullback right there. We kind of hover around that stop, and then we eventually make that nice spike to the upside there, which does get us to our take profit. So let's go ahead and take a look at a short trade now. Alternatively, we will look at this short trade right here. It's not the one I was going to look at, but it is one that I did want to show. So you can see here that the oscillating line is kind of bouncing around this 0 line. And you can see here that it comes up into the positive zone above the 0 line, and then it comes back down below that 0 line right here. As it does, you can see that it is in the blue color. You can see right here it does the same thing, but on the top side it's in the purple color. Now you can see it never switches to green before it rolls over and makes this push down, comes into the below the 0 line in that blue color, and then eventually it switches to red right here. That is another valid entry that you could take right there on the short side. And in this case, once again, we would be targeting right there and targeting that 1-to-1 risk reward like so. And you see on the very next candle, we make that spike to the downside right there, which would have come down and got us to our take profit. So that's a valid short trade right there, and a secondary kind of entry status that you can use. Alright, so that puts us at the end of the testing right there. Before we take a look at what this was able to achieve, if you are looking for a profitable trading strategy, I highly suggest you check out the best strategy that we have tested on the channel here. It was able to achieve an 84% win rate. I'll put a screenshot up of the thumbnail to that video right now. I'll link to it up in the corner, and I'll also link to it at the end of this video with that same thumbnail. Like I said, it is a highly profitable trading strategy, was able to achieve an 84% win rate. It uses one of our custom indicators that we've developed here on the channel, as well as a trading view indicator, and all around it is a wonderful trading strategy. I highly recommend you check that out. And so there is a lot of benefits to becoming a patron of the channel. I highly recommend it. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over the numbers on this. So we did the 50 trade test like we've been doing recently. Out of the 50 trade test, we got 35 winning trades and 15 losing trades. It's going to put us at a 70% win rate. And so, of course, as we do on the winning side, let's say you were looking to gain $100 per trade. That means that your total gain on the winning side would have been $3,500. Let's say you were risking $100, that 1-to-1 risk reward. That means that your losing side, you would have lost $1,500, put you at a total profit gain of $2,000 altogether. Now, of course, that's very conservative trading there, risking very minimal amounts of money. Imagine having larger accounts and a margin to work with. You can see how this would be a significantly decent increase in your trading profits using this strategy. So all in all, I really like this strategy. I really like this indicator. I think I'm going to play around with it myself and see if we can't develop some kind of strategy to narrow in on this just a tad bit more, maybe a lower time frame strategy, something along those lines. But if you're looking for a daily strategy, I highly recommend that you play around with this one. So that's it for this one. It's going to go on the yes list, and we'll move on to the next video from here.